This old mansion had its dreamers. This old mansion had its laughter, had its quarrels, both gentle and mean. This old mansion had its glee and ecstasy, with long years of smiles, giggles, wiggles, and joyous gasps, and sometimes a rapturous scream. This old mansion, now frozen in time, has its cast iron battling frogs, its porcelain dogs, and all the whatnots and ancestral decor. And even more, it had its fireplaces popping and winking, grimacing, flickering and blinking through the dancing flames and glowing embers from its crackling winter logs. This old mansion had its reveries and glories. This old mansion had its adventurers. Each had their story. Let me tell you one of a mistress named Glory. She came from a small village, 100 miles away. She was kept a secret, never seen in the light of day. She came out at night, danced to strings, swayed to the tones and twangs of other musical things, pranced to the beckoning lance, spread herself upon the bed, turned aside her head, fit herself tight and fast, around the to and fro, thrust and moaned in musical throw, moaned enthralled, whispered low, telling her master which ways to go, until each time at long sweet last he held her about, and each trembled, and with a not so private a shout, spoke into each other's ears that ecstasy was peaking, that transfixing euphoria was near, and then it was upon them, complete, full, lingering, and complete. All this was done 5,000 times or more, thousands of times or more. Each time at the end they would sink away into the twill and tent themselves over in crispy, smooth sheets of gold and grey, to breathlessly pant until the ethereal afterglow passed on its way, then off to dine, to play, to read, to luxuriate in the riches of the place, all in gentle manner and grace. And so it went until time itself had bent the two players to its will, and eventually made them absent, cold and still. The doors were locked, the windows were sealed, all life was emptied, silence all but the spidery things that crawl and scrawl their wispy shrouds, that cling and hover over all like fairy clouds. Left it was thus to mold and rust, to cloak itself in films of dust. The locks turned no more on any door for a century long and a bit more. The stories that could be told of the years of dears of old, of all before those fireplaces, now cold behind those heavy doors, of all that did unfold, of rapturous adventures, blissome and bold. Now cold. Behind those heavy doors, of all that did unfold, of rapturous adventures, blissome and bold.